Congratulations on being here this evening. It's a fantastic atmosphere.
Thank you so much.
What is it like for you to be at the Super Bowl of British film?
C'est quoi ton impression d'être ici dans un événement aussi incroyable?
For me, it's really excited because I love British movies since I'm very young, and I love the humor, I love the depth of this cinema, and to be here is very a great honor. I love it.
Of course, because we are just a small independent animation movies. We're drawers. We work in the shadow in our basement. We're not used to all this light, all these crazy, amazing stars and movie makers. So it's such an honor, definitely, for us to get to represent all the team and also, of course, our country. So it's amazing. It's wow. It's really moving. Yeah.
It is quite amazing how so many people, whether they're script writers or other technical people, spend so much time away from people, and then you produce such incredible work. What do you think was the original idea for this story, and how did you go about developing it?
And in first, we worked together since many years with Liane-Cho on many movies. We began as junior storyboarder together. Yeah. And after, when we worked on Chalamet, Liane-Cho buy me the book. He read it.
It's based on the book.
It's a very big bestseller in France, read by everybody. Métaphysique des tubes in France, from Amelie, a Belgian writer, very celeb in France. And I think for many years I never read any books from Amelie Nothomb. And this one, when I read it, and we have this connection since many years when we worked together before, to be very close to our character and to think to their special gaze and to connect with, to understand the foundation of the characters, how the people are built from the birth to the death, and to talk about very intense and depth things to grown-ups and children. We really want to talk to everyone. We have this envy in common since many years.
Absolutely,
so this book, it's like a little Bible from 0 to 3, a very universal story, but we can have very strong image of the beginning of life in this moment of, the real beginning of a little child.
Yes,
and
absolutely, and because it's true, I discovered the book when I was 19, so it was 23 years ago, so a long time ago, and I was not really a bookworm. I was more into pop culture, like Japanese animation, even video games. But I was so moved by this story of this little 2.5-year-old girl, Belgian girl who was born in Japan, who believes she's God. What a crazy concept, And of course, I was so moved with this relationship she has with Nisho-san, and in Japan, which I really love the culture post World War II. I really love that period, and of course for me, when as young as I was, it has already all the ingredients to make a great animation movie. And why animation? Because already at that age, as naive as I was, one of the first ideas was, instead of Amelie walking on the water like Jesus on this scene on the beach, she should open the sea in two, like Moses instead, to make it a bit more impressive, So of course, of course, so many years has passed, and of course we made each other with Maïlys, and we love emotion, because for us, priority is emotion, and then
we want to be very precise in the screenwriting process, and we take a lot of time for it, because many people said it was unadaptable, and it was really. We took 5 years to write this, so we are confronting several versions, and until we understand, we had to be in her entire perception to this little girl, in her eye, but in the entire world we will show to everybody in her perception. She describes herself as a god, but she's not a creative god, she's an empty god. Everything is moving around and she's in her bubble, and it's very, very paradoxal. And and singular.
Absolutely.
She's very mature. She has a mature mind. This was very difficult to
Yes.
write too.
Yes.
For the two level, grown-ups and children,
Absolutely,
also of audience. We really want to do that
Yeah.
on our movies.
Yeah.
And for this one, talk about this
Yeah.
very, like 2 years,
Yeah.
this very, very tiny.
Yeah.
And she already sang to
Yeah.
about death, about
Yes.
war, about in the book, like
Yeah.
speak Japanese.
Yeah.
We didn't keep this because it was too difficult for international description, translation. Sorry. So we adapt some things from the book,
Yes.
contract a lot of things and restructure a lot of things to have this one.
Yeah.
And our way around Amelie and Nishio-san love and a big triangle
Yeah.
with the Japanese woman. So important but I don't want to spoil. No,
Because
more.
of course, this movie tackles with very mature themes, which is very, not very common in animation, especially for family, but still universal, like acceptance that everything is ephemeral, everything has an end, like despite all the challenges you can meet in life, like, disillusion or even death, life is still worth living. That you should open yourself to the world instead of being closed in yourself, because you're too scared to suffer or too angry to let it go. And of course, the empathy for children can actually solve the worst conflict in the world, So all those things actually works for both ages. The better, depending, of course, the experience you're living in life, So that's really triggered us to do this movie as well. Yeah.
I think it's fantastic the BAFTA's chosen to recognise it and all the work work and love that you've put into it.
Thank you so much.
So I hope you have a fantastic evening and all the best for you.
Thank you. I'm
Thank
sure we
you.
will. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey You